Hello, students of grade 4. I would like to welcome you in today's session. Today, we're going to have a new grammar lesson, and in this lesson, we're going to study the kinds of pronouns. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing is, what is a pronoun? Let's now learn what is a pronoun. The first thing here is the definition of a pronoun. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used to replace a noun. So, first of all, what is a noun? Let's remember together what is a noun. A noun is a name of a person, a thing, or a place, okay? Now, when we say a pronoun, we mean a word that can take the place of a noun, okay? For example, I, me, you, he, she, and they. All of these are pronouns, and we can use them instead of the nouns. Let's take a sentence as an example. Let's say that Tom went to the school. All right, so Tom here is a noun. Now I can replace it with one of the pronouns. Like for example, he, we can say he instead of Tom. We can say that he went to the school. So instead of the noun Tom, I have used the pronoun he. And the same thing with other pronouns. Each pronoun has a specific use and it's used for a different purpose. Okay? Now, how many types of pronouns do we have? Okay? And what is the difference between each pronoun and the other? Let's take a look at I and me here. All right. Now, I and me are pronouns that can replace my name when I talk about myself. So, for example, I can say, Mr. Abdullah is teaching English. So, instead of saying or just writing my name, I can just replace it with the pronoun I. I can say that I am teaching English. Okay? Now, what about me? Now, me also can be used when I talk about myself. But what is the difference between me and I here? Now, we're gonna know, we will know this when we study the kinds of pronouns. All right, so how many kinds or types of pronouns are there? There are 4 types of pronouns. Number 1 is called subject pronoun. Number 2 is called object pronoun. Number 3 is reflexive pronoun. And number 4 is demonstrative pronoun. All right, let's start with the subject and object pronouns. All right, when we say subject pronouns, we mean the pronouns that are used as the subjects of the sentences or as subjects in the sentences, okay? So, subject pronouns are pronouns that are used as subjects in sentences. All right, so which subject pronouns we are talking about? We are talking about I, he, she, it, they, we, and you. All of these are subject pronouns. All right. Now we said that they can be used, or they are used actually, in the subject of the sentence. Let's take an example. For example, we say, he gave me a gift. So, what is the verb here in the sentence? The first thing we need to look at in the sentence when we use a pronoun is the verb. Where is the verb here in the sentence? The verb is gave, okay? Here is the action. So what do we have before the verb? We have a pronoun, which is he. So he here is a pronoun that is used as the subject of the verb gave, okay? So who gave me the gift? Of course, it's him, okay? It can be a boy or a man, okay? Another example, they came to the party. Okay, so where is the verb here? Again, the verb is came, okay? It's the action of the sentence, and the word that we have here before came is they. They here is a pronoun, it's a subject pronoun, and it's used here as the subject of the sentence, okay? Now you need to remember that subject pronouns are used before the nouns, or before the verb, sorry, in the sentence. So if you're gonna look at these two sentences, you will find that the verbs here are gave and came, and before them we have he and they. So always the subject pronouns are used before the verbs, okay? Now, each subject pronoun has a different use. For example, I can be used when I talk about myself, okay? So instead of just saying my name when I talk about myself, I can just use the pronoun I, okay? I am a teacher, for example. Okay, I am teaching now. So I have used I instead of my name. Now, what about he, she, and it? Now, he, she, and it are singular subject pronouns, which are used to replace singular nouns. But the difference between them is that he is used for a male person, she is used with females, and it is used with objects, to replace the nouns or the names of objects and things that are not humans, okay? Now, what about they, we, and you? They is used to replace plural nouns, okay? The same thing with we, it's used also to replace plural nouns. You also can be used to replace plural nouns or singular nouns, okay? Now, what is the difference between they and we, for example? Now, they is used when you replace a noun of, or a name of a group that I am not one of them, okay? A group that I'm not one of them, or a group that I am not included in, okay? But we is to replace a name of a group that I am one of it, okay, or I belong to it, okay? We say, for example, we study English, so I am one of the students or one of the people who are studying English. But when I say they study English, then I'm not one of them, okay? Now, what about you? You here is used when I talk to someone. I can say you are my friend. So here you can be used as a plural pronoun or a singular pronoun. If you are talking to only one person, then it's going to be a singular pronoun. If you are talking to a group of people, then it's going to be a plural pronoun. Okay? Great. So, let's move now to the second type of pronouns, which is object pronouns or object pronoun. What is an object pronoun? An object pronoun is a pronoun that is used as the object of a sentence. Okay, great. So what are the object pronouns that we are talking about here? We are talking about me, him, her, you, us, it, and them. All right, let's take an example. Okay, so we say, for example, that the boy gave me a gift. All right, so is there a pronoun before the verb? Before the verb gave? No. What we have before the verb gave is just a noun, the boy. But we have a pronoun after the verb gave, which is me. Okay? So the pronouns that are used as the objects of the verbs and sentences, like me, are called object pronouns. Now you need to know that object pronouns are used after the verb. They are used after the verb in the sentence. So me here is after the verb gave. Okay? The same thing, for example, when I say the teacher showed us the way. Okay, so do we have a pronoun before the verb showed? No. No, we don't have. What we have before showed is a noun, teacher. But we have a pronoun after showed, which is us, right? Yeah, so us here is a pronoun and it's an object pronoun because it's used in the object of the sentence. It's used after the verb. Okay, now the same thing with the subject pronouns. Object pronouns have different uses. For example, me is used when I talk about myself. Him is used when I talk about a singular male person. For example, when I talk about a man or a boy. Her is a singular pronoun. It's used when you talk about one girl or one woman. Okay. You can be used as singular or plural. Okay, if you are talking to one person, then it's singular. If you are talking to a group of people, then it's plural. Us has the same use of we, okay, but it's used after the verb. Okay, so us refers to a group of people that I am one of them. Okay, it is used with singular objects. Okay, and them is used when you talk about a group of people that you are not or that I am not a group, one of them. Okay, great. All right, my dear students. So until now we have learned the subject pronouns and the object pronouns. So it's time now to learn the third kind of pronouns, which is reflexive pronouns. What is a reflexive pronoun? A reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that reflects the action on the subject of the same sentence. Okay? So, let's take an example here. For example, when we say the boy or the man, let's say, the man bought himself, let's say, a watch. Yeah, so do we have a pronoun before the action bought? No. Okay, it's just a noun, the man. Okay, the man bought himself a watch. Okay, so what is or where is the pronoun in the sentence? The pronoun is himself. Himself. Okay, now this is a reflexive pronoun that shows here in the sentence that the action bought, okay, refers or it is reflected to the same subject of the sentence. We are talking here about the same man, about the same person in the sentence. Okay, now when we ask ourselves who bought the watch for the man, the answer is that the man bought himself. No one bought the watch for him. Okay, he bought the watch for himself. Okay, great. So which reflexive pronouns we can use in English? We have different kinds of reflexive pronouns. Let's take a look at them. For example, we use myself when I talk about myself. Okay, I, for example, studied, okay, myself, or I studied English by myself. Okay, no one helped me and no one studied English with me. Okay, it was just me. All right, we can use myself, himself, herself. When we talk about a woman or a girl, we say, for example, that Sarah got, for example, got a ball by herself. Okay. We can use also it self, our selves, them, selves, and yourself. Okay, yourself or yourselves if you are talking about a group of people or a group of things. Okay, now you can see that all the reflexive pronouns have either self or selves. Okay, you'll find that all reflexive pronouns in English are with the part self or selves. Okay, self is used and added to the singular pronouns, while selves is used with the plural pronouns. Okay, great. Now let's move now to the fourth kind of pronouns, which is demonstrative pronouns. What are demonstrative pronouns? All right, a demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that points out to an object or to a person that is specific. It's a pronoun that points out to a specific person or thing in a sentence. For example, we have the demonstrative pronoun this, that, these, and those. Okay? These are the demonstrative pronouns we use in English. Now, each one of them has a different use. Okay? For example, this here is a demonstrative pronoun that is used when you talk about a singular object or a singular person that is near to you when you talk about it. For example, I say, this is a marker, this is a board, okay? This is a sentence, okay? So it's only one sentence and it's near to me, so I say this, okay? What about if it is one sentence, a singular noun, but it's far away from me? So if it is far away from me and still it's only one, then I will use that, okay? So this is used for singular objects that are close or near to the speaker. Okay? Now, that is used also to point out to singular objects or singular nouns that are far away or that is far away from the speaker. Okay? Now, what about these and those? These and those, both of them are used to point out to plural objects. But these is used when you talk about plural objects or a group of things that are close or near to you when you speak about them. But those is used with the far away object. So we say, for example, that this is a marker, that is a door because it's far away from me. These are markers because it's more than one marker, and those are students. The students are far away from me. Okay? All right, my dear students. So we reached to the end of this lesson. I hope that you got the benefit. We have 4 kinds of pronouns: subject pronouns, object pronouns, reflexive pronouns, and demonstrative pronouns. Okay? See you next time. Have a nice day and goodbye.